So, first things first, over here. If the indicator on the gas regulator is red, that means that the tank that the arrow is pointing towards has been exhausted. So, to start off with, flip the indicator arrow over to the full tank and turn it on, and the indicator will then turn to green. Because this tank is empty, swap this tank over. Make sure that both propane tanks valves are fully open and that the indicator is facing fully in one direction or the other and is not split in the middle. Once inside, look behind the stove and flip the gas valve from off to on. On is in line with the gas line. Once both outside and inside valves are turned on, flip open the front door and move the leftmost knob from the off position, lined up with this arrow, to the pilot position. Once it's moved to pilot position, hold down the gas valve. That will start moving propane gas into the pilot. You might have to hold down the valve for upwards of a minute, but every 10 to 15 seconds, push the striker on the right-hand side. Keep striking until you see the pilot light. You'll see a blue flame. Keep holding down the pilot light knob for 10 to 15 seconds after you see the blue flame until it stays ignited after you remove your finger. Once the pilot is consistently lit, turn the knob a quarter turn counterclockwise so that the arrow is lined up with the on indicator. At this point, you should be able to use the switch to flip the fireplace on. Now that the fireplace is lit, you're going to want to be able to control the temperature. For that, we have a thermostat. In order to use the thermostat, you need to switch the fireplace from on, which is on all the time, to off, which means it's being controlled by the thermostat. Flip the switch at the bottom of the thermostat from off to heat. You can then set the desired temperature with the arrows on the right-hand side, and as long as the heat on is indicated, the fireplace will be lit. The thermostat will cycle the fireplace on and off, but you have a couple tools at your disposal to fine-tune the temperature. On the right-hand side, there's a fan control that goes from low setting to high setting or off. The fan will cycle on and off as the stove gets hot. The middle knob controls the height of the flame. Going counterclockwise will make the flame bigger, and going clockwise will make the flame smaller. In order for the fan to work, you'll have to make sure that the stove is plugged into the extension cord in the back. Feel free to leave the stove on overnight and maintain that temperature. It's perfectly safe.